Let's get right into it. Picture this, you're 5 years old. Your father hands you a wooden sword, not a toy, a training weapon. From that moment, your childhood is over. You're not allowed to cry. You're not allowed to show fear. You're trained to control every emotion, suppress every weakness, prepare for death every single day. Congratulations, you've just unlocked samurai childhood. And what most people don't know is that how these warriors were raised didn't just shape them as fighters. It completely rewired how they loved, how they bonded, how they showed affection for the rest of their lives. Today, we're diving into something fascinating and dark. How samurai childhood training created specific attachment styles that determined whether these warriors could connect with others or whether they spent their lives emotionally isolated. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why some of the most disciplined men in history couldn't maintain intimate relationships. Before I show you the 7 types of samurai parenting styles, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and tell me in the comments, which warrior parenting style do you think you experienced? This helps the channel grow. Thank you for your attention. Now back to the video. Number 7, the Iron Father. From 7 onwards, boys and girls were customarily brought up separately and even had to stay away from each other during meals. Many scholars have noted how serious samurai children were as a result of being denied childhood pleasures. Instead, they were ingrained with self-control, courage, consistency, perseverance, and a rigorous attitude toward themselves and others. This was the most common samurai parenting style. The Iron Father. Your dad wasn't your friend. He was your commanding officer. Affection was shown through discipline. Love was demonstrated through criticism. Every mistake was corrected immediately, harshly, without mercy. Psychologically, this created what modern researchers call avoidant attachment. These children learned early that emotions were dangerous, that vulnerability was weakness, that closeness meant pain because every time you got close to your father, he'd find another flaw to fix. Fast forward to adulthood, and these samurai became emotionally distant. They could serve their lord with absolute loyalty. They could die without hesitation, but ask them to express love to a wife, to comfort a crying child, impossible. Their nervous system had been wired to see intimacy as threat. From early childhood, the best morals of warriors were imposed on future samurai. They were taught to love and respect their parents, teachers, not to argue with them even if they are wrong. Love became obedience, connection became duty, and relationships became performances where no one ever saw the real person underneath the armor. Number 6, the Ghost Mother. In samurai culture, mothers occupied a strange position. Particular piety was due from a son towards his mother. The history of Japan is full of emotional scenes of samurai loving and caring for their parents, especially widowed mothers. But during childhood, mothers were often emotionally distant, not because they didn't love their sons, because showing too much affection was seen as making boys weak. So mothers became ghosts, present physically but absent emotionally. They'd feed you, clothe you, tend your wounds, but they wouldn't hold you, wouldn't comfort you, wouldn't let you cry on their shoulder. This created a specific psychological pattern. These children grew up desperately seeking maternal warmth but never knowing how to receive it. As adults, they'd fall in love with women who reminded them of their mothers. Distant, unavailable, cold. And they'd spend their entire lives trying to earn affection that would never come because they were replaying the same pattern from childhood. Number 5, the duty before love principle. Loyalty to the suzerain was the highest virtue, of course. And in conflicts between duty and love, which were common, duty always won. Imagine being a child and watching your father choose his lord over you every single time. Your mother is sick. Father goes to war anyway. Your sister needs help. Father serves his lord first. You want time with him. He's training. Always training. This taught samurai children that love is conditional, that people will always choose duty over you, that your needs will always come second. Psychologically, this created compulsive caregivers, adults who believed the only way to be loved was to be useful, to serve, to sacrifice. These warriors became incredible servants, loyal retainers, men who would die for their lord without question. But in personal relationships, disaster. They couldn't just be loved for who they were. They had to earn it constantly through service, through sacrifice, through being needed. And when a partner just wanted them to be present, to relax, to simply exist together, they didn't know how. Number 4, the parentified warrior child. By the age of 12, a samurai's son was already accompanying his father on military campaigns. Upon the father's death, his eldest son took over as head of the household, even if he was still a boy patronized by elder clan members. Some samurai children became warriors before they became kids. At 12, you're leading the family. At 14, you're making life and death decisions. At 16, you're responsible for your younger siblings, your mother, your clan's honor. You weren't nurtured, you were the nurturer. This created adults with something psychologists call role reversal attachment. They could lead armies, they could manage estates, they could handle any crisis. But intimate relationships terrified them because intimacy required vulnerability. And vulnerability meant you weren't in control. These warriors attracted people who needed saving, who needed leadership, who needed someone strong. But they never attracted equals, never partners, just dependents. And deep down, they were exhausted, because they'd been carrying everyone since they were children and no one had ever asked if they needed to be carried too. Number 3, the honor over heart training. Children were raised with a strong emphasis on Bushido principles, undergoing rigorous training in martial arts, etiquette, and intellectual pursuits. Sons were expected to follow in their father's footsteps. In some samurai families, every decision was filtered through one question. Does this bring honor or shame? Not, are you happy? Not, what do you want? Just, does this serve our reputation? Children in these households learned that their feelings didn't matter. Only appearance mattered. Only what others thought mattered. For women, Bushido means guarding their chastity, educating their children, supporting their husbands, and maintaining their families. Even love was a performance. This created adults with what modern psychology calls anxious attachment, combined with external validation dependence. They needed constant reassurance, constant proof that they were honorable, worthy, respectable. In relationships, they became exhausting. Every fight felt like a referendum on their entire worth. Every criticism felt like shame. Every moment of distance felt like abandonment. They loved intensely, desperately, anxiously, always scanning for signs that they'd done something wrong, always terrified that one mistake would destroy everything. Number 2, the silent suffering doctrine. As Yamamoto Tsunetomo wrote in Hagakure, there is a way of bringing up the child of a samurai. From the time of infancy, one should encourage bravery and avoid trivially frightening or teasing the child. If a person is affected by cowardice as a child, it remains a lifetime scar. Some samurai families raised children in complete emotional silence. You're hurt, don't show it. You're scared, suppress it. You're sad, no one cares. Pain was met with silence. Fear was met with contempt. Sadness was met with punishment. This wasn't cruelty for cruelty's sake. It was training to be unbreakable. But psychologically, it created adults who couldn't process emotions at all. These warriors became what we'd now call alexithymic, unable to identify or express feelings. In relationships, they were stone. Their partners would cry and they'd just stare. Their children would need comfort and they'd offer nothing, not because they were cold, because their emotional circuitry had been deliberately disconnected in childhood. They felt everything, but they had no language for it, no permission to express it. So it stayed inside, fermenting into rage, depression, or the kind of emptiness that eventually led to seppuku when the pressure became too much. Number 1, the impossible standard childhood. The first point to observe in knightly pedagogics was to build up character, leaving in the shade the subtler faculties of prudence, intelligence, and dialectics. A samurai was essentially a man of action. Some samurai children were raised under impossible standards: perfect posture, perfect discipline, perfect technique, perfect everything. And here's the psychological trap: perfection is impossible. So these children grew up in a constant state of failure. No matter how hard they tried, they never measured up, never good enough, never strong enough, never honorable enough. This created adults with deep shame cores and what psychologists call fearful avoidant attachment. They desperately wanted love, but they also believed they didn't deserve it. So they'd get close to someone, then sabotage it, push them away before they could be rejected. These warriors often became ronin, not because they failed in combat, because they couldn't tolerate the intimacy of serving a lord, couldn't handle being close to anyone long enough for them to see the imperfection underneath. They wandered alone, not from freedom, from fear of being truly known. But here's the twist that changes everything. Just like the original video mentioned, attachment styles aren't permanent. Even samurai who were raised in these brutal systems could change. Some met Zen monks who taught them that discipline without compassion is just violence. Some married women who slowly, patiently taught them that love doesn't require perfection. Some had children of their own and decided consciously to break the cycle. Marriages within the samurai class were often arranged, solidifying alliances between families and maintaining social status. But the rare samurai who learned to love despite their training, they became legends. Not for their combat skill, for their humanity. And if you're watching this thinking about your own childhood, about the ways your parents trained you to suppress emotion, to prioritize duty over feeling, to earn love through performance, know this. You're not doomed to repeat those patterns. Your brain can rewire, therapy helps, self-awareness helps. Relationships with people who love you for who you are, not what you do, they help. The secure attachment style, the healthy warrior, isn't just born. It's built through conscious choice, through breaking cycles, through deciding that you will not pass your childhood wounds to the next generation. Because the greatest victory a warrior can achieve isn't on the battlefield. It's learning to love and be loved without armor. That's all for today. Subscribe to see more videos like this. Until next time, break the cycle, choose healing, and walk the path.